Hi everyone, welcome to your readings for today's new moon in Libra. New moon peaked just a couple of hours ago, but I know you're probably going to be doing your moon workings at night in the evening. So it's a powerful one. I mean, I'm feeling it more than most because it's conjunct my ascendant, but it's powerful in general. The whole month Libra season is about redefining relationships, and I feel a strong sense of that coming in around this new moon as well. If you're here, please say hi in the chat. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you're up to for this new moon in Libra. And I'll start reading very shortly. Hi, LV. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Hi, Kate. My hair was due for a change, so I do what I can with it, you know. It's good to see both of you here. Please remember to like and share the video if you're able. That helps a huge amount. So take the time just to get settled in. Take a few deep breaths. It's an airy energy, so it's important to stay grounded if you can. Take the time just to breathe, just to connect into the earth. Let the earth support you. Hi, Laluna. I'm going to start off now by getting a picture of the collective for this new moon, and then I'll move on to the 12 signs. So, collective picture for this new moon in Libra. Where are we going to, everyone, at this time? Pay attention to your impulses, what they're telling you at this time, everyone. The sense that I get, and it's all interpersonal relationships this month. This is what I'm getting bang, 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 again and again. Your internal process telling you who you feel right about, who you feel right around, who you used to feel right around and now it feels looser, but then also who you feel drawn to be closer to, spend more time with. It's that reconfiguration. And I feel very much the need to stay grounded because these things are going to start shifting around you really, really quickly. Really, really quickly. And you need to calm in the midst of this. And you need to avoid overreacting as well. So somebody feels a bit distant from you, or you feel distant from them, or like you might be drifting from them, and that's okay, but you don't need to take it out on them. You don't need to lash out at them. Libra is a nice, balanced, peaceful sign at its best. At its best. I'm sure someone's going to tell me they've been blown up by a Libra before and tell you otherwise, but at its best, this is what we work towards. It's balanced, it's peaceful, it accepts the flow of events, it doesn't fight the tide. Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands. Now this is the potential risk, okay? This is the potential risk, is going in hard when you don't need to. This is a gentle rearranging, and yes, you might be around someone and be just kind of suddenly like, oh, actually, what did I see in you? What did I see in you? Well, you could be, oh, actually, suddenly I feel really close to you. The important thing is not to act too hastily there. Just take it in, observe it. Moving from a space of the Magician to a space of the Tower. So rather than trying to control this, this is accepting that change. Sudden insight, sudden understanding. That's the change, as it comes in. It's experienced internally, but it's being driven, I feel, by more external energetic forces, because this is about placing you into alignment. And that's why you don't have to act upon it. It's going to happen naturally. The point is not to fight it with the Tower, to accept these revelations, to accept these changes as they come in. And it heads to somewhere beautiful. It heads to somewhere harmonious. 2 of Cups. So what you're doing here is moving into a space of love, moving into a space of connection, moving into a space of finding the right ways of relating to the right people. And where people are not the right people for you, it's allowing them to drift, but not with anger, not with malice, simply with acceptance of this being the natural flow of events. In and amongst this, you're probably going to, in some cases, catch glimpses of sides of people that you weren't aware were there before. And sometimes that's going to be beautiful. Sometimes you're going to experience that as ugly. But it's about accepting. And what that means in terms of drifting or moving closer, it's not about lashing out, revenge, anger, nor is it about grasping or grabbing. It's neither of those things. Observe it, allow it to guide you slowly as time moves forward, moves on. Now, some of you are also going to have sudden meetings with new people around this time. Important people who are going to play an important role in your life, whether short term or long term. And these feel like nice connections. They feel like immediate connections. They feel like your heart connects to this person quickly and you're drawn into learning more. And again, trust your internal process on that. Also trust your internal process where you meet someone for the first time, and even though they're saying and doing all the right things, something within you is like, no, 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 you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. These are the current experiences. It is your internal process that is going to guide you. Not the superficial, not what they're saying, what they're doing. Those will be there as well, but it's deeper than that. It's a deeper sense. That's what we're working with at this time. Don't force it. Don't lash out. Simply follow it. That is the collective energy. Hi to everyone just tuning in. Hi, Love Goddess. Hi, Katende. I'm going to move on now to the 12 signs from Aries. No, I'm not. I'm going to start with Libra. New moon in Libra. I'm going to start with Libra. Go through to Virgo. So the first sign we're doing is Libra. Libra sun, moon, and rising for Libra season. Libra, what's this full moon in your sign bringing for you? Okay. Acceptance is coming in strongly for you at this time, Libra. Acceptance. Some of you have projected hopes, expectations, or even false images onto some people around you. And you've kind of clung to that, despite what that person has said, what they've done, evidence to the contrary. And the reason for that is you felt this strong connection or tie to them, and you've gone in advance, well, I want it to be this. I want it to be this. And even though it doesn't appear to be this, I still want it to be this. And I feel like you're moving into a place of acceptance of that person or those people at this time. So you're accepting them for who they are rather than who you want them to be. And for some of you, that's going to mean you start to move away from them a little bit. For some of you, it's actually going to bring you closer, just not in the way that you'd intended. So you're coming in with the devil, and I feel the devil here is that demand, the expectation that you projected upon them. That's what's falling away. That's what you're letting go of at this time. I have the 6 of Cups and I have the World showing up. So the sense that I get is what drove this is a deep connection, almost like a soul tie, a soul bond, something on an energetic level where you sense that there's something there you need to connect to. But then maybe you jumped to, well, that means they're going to be this to me. But they're not. They're not. So this is about accepting that person as a whole and the value that they carry for that. The world. The world. Now, where this comes from in a lot of cases is, I feel, a past life connection to these people. Strong past life connection with the Six of Cups. So someone has been something to you in a previous life, maybe a partner, maybe a dear friend. And in this life, they're going to play a different role. And this is about you moving to a place of acceptance. That means releasing the ties you have to those old ways of doing things, seeing them for who they are now, the world, their completeness. Moving to a place of wisdom and acceptance, Libra. Does it sound big? No, it's gentle. It's gentle. It's also deeply, deeply necessary to improve the functionings of your relationships at this time. I hope that makes sense for you, Libra. The next sign is going to be Scorpio. Hi, super angry koala. So Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. So Scorpio, you've been carrying, I feel, anger, even a grudge towards someone. Maybe multiple people. And it's like they've done something that has stirred you up at some stage. Maybe it wasn't even directly to you, but you've got the hump with them and you're looking at them, and it's like your reaction to them is like your pulse quickens, your knuckles tighten a little bit when you not just encounter them, but think of them or they're mentioned to you. And this is a lot of energy to be expending upon them just by doing this. You're coming in with the King of Wands here. So this is somebody who riles you up in various ways. Like you're like, no, I don't like that. But you've also kind of remained a little invested in seeing this, wanting everyone else to see it as well. And it's a bit of a waste of time and energy for you. And it's stopping you from connecting in elsewhere. It really is. So this is about doing things in a slightly different way and starting to let go of this because I don't feel like it serves any purpose anymore. So you're releasing those bonds to make room for something better. 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands. You might want to get your thoughts about them down on paper so as you're done with them. Maybe you want to burn that bit of paper afterwards as well. Let it all go. Let it all go. Release yourself from that mental anguish. Because you've been stuck in this situation where you're not even dealing with someone directly, but you're carrying this energy towards them. It's draining you. And this is what you're looking to move past at this time, so as you can focus more on healthy relations towards people. You don't need to like or get on with everyone, but nor do you need to be carrying this energy regarding them. I feel like it's weighing you down, it's blocking you up, it's slowing you. And you can be freer than that. You really can. 10 of Swords. You've got to be releasing yourself from this. It's going to make room for warmer connections, Scorpio. It's going to lighten you. It's going to raise you. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Sagittarius. So nice quick readings today. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this new moon in Libra. Okay, Sag. This is wonderful, Sagittarius. Your heart is expanding at this time. Your heart is expanding. You're letting someone in and you're allowing yourself to be drawn more into their life. And for a lot of you, this is a potential or current partner, maybe someone you've been dating for a little while, but suddenly now you're feeling closer, more able to open up, to bond, to start to allow other parts of yourself out, to not hide, to not put on a front, not put on a face. And that's because this is somebody who you feel very, very warm towards and who makes you feel very warm as well, makes you feel very attractive, very powerful. That you're not afraid to express yourself either. So you come in here as the Queen of Wands. This is somebody who you've worked hard to attract, not directly, but by working hard on yourself, and this is flowing in naturally. And I feel like everything starts to open up and change for you from here in a really, really positive way, Sagittarius. I have the Fool and I have the Two of Cups coming up for you. So the sense that I get is you're no longer afraid, no longer clinging to the past, to old ways of thinking, old ways of hiding yourself, old doubts upon yourself that become doubts upon other people. It opens you up to a greater level of intimacy and trust. And that's trust in yourself as well as trust in them. It feels really, really beautiful. It feels really, really smooth as well. There's no sense of forcing it, no sense of pushing, but nor is there any sense of feeling the need to run that you might have felt before. So you're maturing, you're going deeper. This feels absolutely lovely for you at this time, Sag. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this new moon in Libra. Hi, Jive Talking. Hi, Janice. Capricorn. Okay. Oh, Capricorn. Which of you Capricorns is wearing a really grumpy face at the moment? Which of you Capricorns has been wearing a grumpy face habitually for some time? Which of you uses the grumpy face as a mask? Well, I have to focus on this, and that's very, very serious. And the moment, like, I feel like even when something would make you smile or make you laugh, you quickly turn your face down again because you want to appear serious. Maybe you've been carrying a little bit of unhappiness or sadness or resentment, and you're worried that if you show that you're happy once in a while, people won't ever support you again. So you're kind of holding yourself in this place, and it feels uncomfortable. It feels unnecessary. And I feel that you're finally letting it drop as we move past this new moon. You're coming in with the Three of Pentacles. Oh, so serious, oh, so work-like, but also very focused on how other people perceive you, who you are, what you do. And you feel that in order to be respected, or in order to have people around you, you have to portray this particular serious face. Four of Pentacles, you've been getting stuck with it. It's actually holding you up. It's holding you back. You're denying yourself joy. You're denying yourself connection. It's also a bit just, it's unnecessary. Like, what are you actually gaining from this by this stage? Is it bringing an authentic connection? Or is it bringing connection that's conditional on you playing this oh so serious role? Sometimes a sad role. There is this need for you to just let that drop at this time, Capricorn. Because people want to get closer to you. They want to connect to other parts of you. And there are other people coming in as well. And they can only connect with you if you allow yourself out. If you do, then you're demonstrating love and respect for yourself. You're demonstrating an openness to them, and things improve. How much? Two of Cups. Loving connection, loving relationships, loving interplay between you and other people. If you allow those other parts of yourself out, that includes the joyful parts, the expressive parts, the parts that want to connect in full, parts that you've held back, parts that you might have denied exist. Seeing the Two of Cups a lot today. Very Libran energy. Very Libran energy. Balance. Balance includes for you, Capricorn, allowing yourself to enjoy yourself, have fun, be happy occasionally, and simply to be more honest and authentic, and not feel like you have to quickly switch back to the serious mode all the time as people take you seriously. It doesn't work that way. It's a choice that you're making, whether conscious or subconscious, a choice that you're making. You need to become aware of that process. Start to allow yourself to be able to be freer in how you relate to people. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to bring people close to you. For some of you, it might even spark a new relationship sometime soon. If you show the signal that you're open to it. I hope that makes sense for you, Capricorn. The next sign is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising for this new moon in Libra. Aquarius. Okay, which of you Aquarians is the homebody? Which of you has been staying at home just a little bit too much, or doing the same things a little bit too much? Staying inside your comfort zone, not connecting with too many people, not trusting other people so you don't connect with them, so you stay out of it. Close yourself off. See the same people all the time. Touch with the same people all the time. Don't experience anything new. You got to do some new stuff this month, coming out of this new moon, Aquarius. You're coming in with the Two of Swords. Looking over your shoulder, not sure where you're going, keeping things to yourself, keeping your life to yourself, keeping your life in place, neatly locked in, doing the same things. It's very, very routine. Very, very routine, quite controllable, not really fulfilling. Not really allowing other people to connect with you, not really allowing other people to give you things, to show you love, to show you appreciation, to help you, to support you. All of which you're in need of to advance you. Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. You're controlling things at this time very tightly, Aquarius. Some of you may be quite generous with other people materially, but you don't allow them close to you. You don't allow them close to you. You spend time, energy, money on them. But you hold back. You stand back. Why? What for? What for? Scared of being found out, scared of being understood, scared of being connected to, scared of getting too close in case they pull away. You have to relax those barriers, Aquarius. Some of you need to get outside and meet new people as well. Do some new things. But for those of you that have people in your lives already, you have to allow them in that bit closer with the Ace of Cups. Some people really want to get to know you, really want to get close to you. They don't have any harm in store for you. You get all in your head and you close off to these deeper feelings, these deeper connections, Aquarius. And there's a need for you to open up and just feel your way in to much more intimate moments with them. A closeness that opens up, that isn't dependent on you doing certain things that are about control for you. That's your work coming out of this new moon. That's the intention that you need to be setting. That level of closeness. What are you holding yourself back from? Why are you holding the energy off? If you understand that, you can start not doing it. I hope that makes sense for you, Aquarius. The next sign is going to be Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising for this new moon in Libra. There are people you don't trust, Pisces. There are organizations, groups of people you don't trust. You're probably right not to trust them. They've caused you harm in the past, and they're just sort of hanging there, and you're not close to them, but nor if you close them out, but you're allowing that to close you off to other people and other groups. And so you're halfway there. You're halfway there. You're aware of what's not right for you, but you haven't moved into what is right for you. So you're closed off in that sense, Pisces, and this is where you need to be opening up. You don't need to be going back to places, people that have done you harm, that are not right for you. Five of Swords is where you're coming in there. But you haven't quite closed the door, and you've assumed the worst. So you're in this vigilant state. The state where you presume that everyone does you harm, means you harm, that you can't quite trust anyone, and that's not helping you. You're growing. You're moving away from that, but you need to be moving towards people you can trust as well. You need to be opening up more as well, whilst being clear that you're closed off to the past, that you don't let them back in. So okay, some of you have dealt with abusive situations, and you know they were abusive, but you've left a bit of an energetic tie in there. And that means that if those people resurface, they can yank you back in. You know how these go. You know how these go. People who've dealt with abusive relationships, you know how this goes. There is a need to cut and sever those cords. And part of that is finding and connecting with new people who don't mean you that kind of harm, who are not connected to that, in order that you are in a space where you feel safe, where you feel loved, where you feel protected. And therefore it's harder for those who've hurt you before to pull you back to where you used to be. Death is, I have for you, and I have the 7 of Wands for you. Is this easy work? No. Is it necessary work? Yes, it is. How are you going to get there? You're going to start to connect with new people, new places. No, you probably can't let your guard down totally straight away, but nor can you just assume that the same cycles and patterns are going to play out over and over again, no matter who you're around, because that kind of opens you up to it. You know what wasn't right for you. That's what you said no to. That's what you're closing off to entirely. But you're growing, you're changing, and there are new and better people for you to connect to, Pisces. And it's just a question of trusting yourself to move into those spaces, not to presume that because you've been hurt by certain people in the past, new people are going to do the same thing. It's difficult work. It's deep work. It may require outside facilitation, but this is about opening you to allowing new people to connect to you, Pisces. It's not comfortable, it's not easy, it is necessary, both for your future and also to move you away from what feels like a difficult past for a number of you. I hope that makes sense for you, Pisces. The next sign is going to be Aries. Aries, sun, moon, and rising for this new moon in Libra. Aries. Okay. On the one hand, you feel quite confident, at least on the surface, Aries. On the other, I don't feel you are that confident, and I feel like there's a narrative or a story about who you are or what you want or what you're going to do, which you are clinging to out of fear of changing it, of turning it up, of, for some of you, connecting deeply with people, actually. So there is this armor that you have. And it's an armor that is based, I feel, in fear, in anxiety, in an old paradigm, an old framework, an old narrative. 9 of Swords you're coming in with. So on the surface, you're appearing confident, like you're doing stuff, like you're getting it done, like you know where you're going. Internally, you're far less confident, and part of you knows that that narrative doesn't really fit anymore. It needs adjusting, it needs changing in order that you can open up. I have the King of Cups and I have the 4 of Wands showing up for you, Aries. One of the ways that you use your existing narrative is to close people down a bit, to exert a degree of control over them that you're quite good at, to ensure they don't get too close, that they don't get in the way of your freedom. But it's also, it's meaning that people are forever held slightly at arm's length from you. And even when the connection is felt, it's not developed. And it can become a bit repetitive. Now, this is obviously about them, but it's also about what you want in life, how you want your relationships to be deep down, because that might have changed since the last time you checked. Since you went, well, this is how I'm going to be from now on, because that's what I think, that's what I feel, that's what I've learned. But how long ago did you tell yourself that? Are you sure that's still the case? Because if not, it can be changed. There's no shame in that, Aries. King of Cups is all about emotional maturity, holding space for other people, being able to relate to people where they're at, seeing who you are in relation to them. It's a nurturing energy. It's a kind energy. With the Four of Wands, it's going to allow you to trust them, trust your situation far, far more, and simply see where things develop too, rather than presupposing it. At the moment, you've been holding off from that. Nine of Swords, fearful, closing down, closing off. Someone gets too close to you, you panic, you put up the front, put up the mask. The narrative. That has to be relaxed. That doesn't mean you set a whole new one. It means that you move into a state where you suspend your expectations and presuppositions of what a relationship or connection with someone is going to be and how it's going to work, because that needs to be a collaborative effort that is learned over time, Aries. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising for this new moon in Libra. Okay, Taurus. So many of the signs are carrying on expectations, narratives. I am this in relation to these people. I am this in relation to the world. This is what I do. And you're no different, Taurus. You're no different, but it's kind of holding you back and up. You're doing okay. You're also not connecting that deeply with people, especially in the area of work. Some of you are resisting contact with people, interpersonal contact, physical people. You've kind of closed off. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do this. The Three of Pentacles, there are people who want to be closer to you, do things with you. Some of those are work-based things. Some of those are physical contacts. Some of those are social contact. All of those, I feel, are going to help you if you start to allow them in. You're quite rigid. There's a tension. I feel a prickliness across my shoulder blades from you. It's a defense mechanism. It feels like something that comes from vigilance, self-protection from some time ago, and it's become default, and now it closes you off to people, and I feel it closes you off to being able to develop what you're doing alongside other people. It's a very earthy spread for you. I have the 10 of Pentacles and I have the Ace of Pentacles. I don't feel you've been doing bad materially, financially, or anything else, but it's been very, very very focused on the self, getting yourself right. Don't want to look too far outside of here. Just got to do this, do this, do this, do this. So quite a narrow focus. This is about you opening up. Open up with some generosity with the Ace of Pentacles, trusting actually that you're going to be fulfilled and supported by the universe because things are going well and they're going to improve for you still, Taurus. But you don't have to do it all alone. You don't have to do it all alone. More than any other sign, Taurus, I feel this need for you to start to open up, to connect with people in practical ways. Something that you close off to because it feels like a threat. But it doesn't have to be at this time. It can be lighter, easier, freer. And you can take it slow. The Ace of Pentacles is quite slow. Doesn't have to be all at once. But you've got to start doing that. You've got to start changing the energy you're putting out there around this in order that you can expand at this time, Taurus. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season. Libra, full moon in Libra. That's what we're up to, isn't it? Full moon in Libra. It is Libra season. This is for the full moon. No, it's not. It's for the new moon. Okay. Well, I'm in a great place here. Excuse me. Confused Gemini energy there. Right. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the new moon in Libra. So we're on the right page. Okay, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, you miss someone. You miss someone. I feel like some of you miss someone who's already in your life, still in your life, rather. But you miss them. Or at least you miss who they were when you first met or first connected with them. Or you miss a projection that you placed onto them. And now you're struggling to connect, and you're struggling to connect because they're not who you made them out to be, and you're just devaluing them or getting a little frustrated as a result of that. So you're not allowing them the space to be who they are. And it's holding the energy off. It's closing you off to them a bit. It's isolating you from them a bit, even when you're in the same room as them. Coming in with the 9 of Wands. I'm not going to let you close to me until you become who I want you or need you to be. Well, that's not very fair on them. It's not very fair on them. And they'll close off to you in those circumstances, and things will feel off, but it's a choice that you're making, Gemini. And why are you doing it? Does it benefit you? Does it gain anything for you? Or does it just lock you in place again? Feeling this a lot today. So I have the Emperor and I have the Knight of Swords for you. This is somebody who does their best when they expand to their full potential. Shield gets dropped. They're able to take up more space in your life, be able to do more. In order for them to be able to do that and for you to have that connection with them, with the Knight of Swords, you have to lose that early idea, that early impression. And it feels like a mental process. The Knight of Swords is a very Gemini energy, where you doubt the person that's right in front of you and who they actually are, because part of you is infected this program where there's something else, and because they're not doing that, then it's not quite right. But it is. It actually is. This is a way that you've been keeping them at arm's length, keeping them away from you. And this is what needs to just come to a rest at this time, Gemini. Your mind around this needs to come to a rest. Allow them to be who they are, who they need to be to you. Don't demand they be someone else, because I feel there's something for you here. They're offering something and you're not seeing it or allowing it in. And there's a need for you to. There's an absolute need for you to. I hope that makes sense for you, Gemini. The next sign is going to be Cancer. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising for this new moon in Libra. Cancer. Okay, Cancer. What are you holding back on, Cancer? What are you holding back on? Ideas, plans, goals, initiatives. Some of you want to relocate or change jobs or start a brand new project, and you've been holding back on it. You've been holding back on it. You've been holding back on following through on your ideas, on the things that you ultimately want to do, that you want to pursue. And the reason you're holding back on it is because you're very attached to the way things are at the moment. You're worried about upsetting the apple cart. You're worried about venturing out of your comfort zone. And as a result, you've not been acting on things. But you need that new beginning. There's this strong push for you to start something new at this time, Cancer, even if it means moving away from what you're familiar with, from what is established for you. You're coming in with the Ace of Pentacles. That's the new start. Focus, practical focus. If you never do anything, nothing much is going to happen or change. If you start laying some stones, moving things in the direction you actually want to go in, then they do. What's in the way? 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. You're worried about being left high and dry. You're doubting yourself. You're doubting yourself, and it's all mental, none of it's real, and it's all holding you, locking you in place, and you're sending the universe a message that you're not ready, that you don't want help, that you don't want support, that you're going to stay exactly where you are. And that is holding you back. It absolutely is. It's a choice. It's a choice. How are you going to resolve it? Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Get started. Get started, Cancer. You already know what you need to do. You've thought about it at length. At times it excites you, at times it terrifies you. That's because it's real. If you don't go after it, you're not going to get there. Things aren't going to change. Things are not going to improve much. So you're holding yourself back, you're holding yourself back, you're holding yourself back. It's not doing anything good. It's maintaining things as they are, even as I feel you slowly fall more and more out of love with where you are. And that's because there's something else out there waiting for you. You have to send the signal that you're ready for it. You only do that in action, Cancer. Throwing some caution to the wind and beginning it. This new moon in Libra is the ideal time to actually get cracking on it. I hope that makes sense for you, Cancer. The next sign is going to be Leo. Leo's sun, moon, and rising for this new moon in Libra. You've been running away for a long time, Leo. You've been running away from something. Running. From something from the past that was never fulfilled, or that went wrong, or that upset, or that hurt you. But you've cast it in a solely negative light. And that doesn't mean that you reconnect with somebody who hurt you really badly, but I feel like you've closed off well beyond that. You've closed off well beyond that, Leo. You've told yourself you have to close off to a lot more than just that person. That you have to close off to that way of doing things in terms of being close to someone, opening up, taking a chance in general. Some of you have had disappointments in terms of work or material focus as well, as you closed off to that as well. However, what you're actually doing is closing off to other things coming in as well, because it's all about the not. It's all, well, that happened, so that's all not. Everything related to that, everything that ever reminds me of that, everything that could potentially ever become like that is in the not pile. And so you've really limited yourself. You've gone as far away as you can, but it's a reaction. Because it's a reaction, that situation is still controlling you. You're coming in with the wheel. You're running further and further from that, and it's bringing it right into your face again. And it's the pattern rather than the situation itself. So I said, this isn't about reconnecting with someone who hurt you. Fuck that shit. But let's say you've had bad relationship experiences of one kind or another, and as a result, you've been like, well, I'm never letting anyone close to me again. I've had bad experiences in the type of work where I'm never allowing myself to be in that situation again. But then you then parcel everything into that situation in order to stay away from it. And as a result, you close off to things that are right for you as well, that are coming into your life for a reason for you to take advantage of, to use, to connect with, to grow through. I have the Hierophant and the Four of Cups for you. You're so focused on likening everything to the past that you close off, you limit your options rather than allowing things and people to be who they are at this time. It's that rigidity, it's that structure, it's the way you've structured your view of everything coming in, and it limits you. It means you pre-categorize things. You don't allow them the freedom to become what they need to, and as a result, you control them. As a result, you limit yourself. So this is what you're opening up to at this time, Leo. Opening up to things that I feel are coming in, are already in front of you, and allowing them to be what they need to, rather than shoving them into a predefined box that matches what's come before, in order to avoid connecting with them. I hope that makes sense for you, Leo. The final sign is going to be Virgo. Hi, Neighborhood Arts. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this new moon in Libra. Virgo. Okay, Virgo. This is nice, Virgo. This is nice. It's very, very nice. It's getting very exciting for you. It's all about allowing nice things into your life. You're quite a serious sign at times. Sometimes you second guess or you doubt things. But you're actually on course. You're on track at the moment. And it's just about deepening your connection at this time. You're coming in with the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel on the one hand, you're not in any danger. Things are okay financially, physically. On the other hand, you have certain belief patterns or thought forms that means that you're not quite allowing everything that wants to come in towards you. Categorizing, well, that is the person who I can allow here. That person's that to me, so they go over there, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and it's very functional. Very functional. Doesn't really allow people room to grow, to change, to be something else towards you. This is a pattern for today, obviously. And I feel that people want to connect with you in other ways. Do new things with you. I feel like you've limited the number of people in your life as well. So you're both limiting who you have contact with, and you've predefined what they're each going to be to you. Holding it all tightly under control. Now I have the Page of Cups for you, and I have the Nine of Cups for you. So you need to get out of your head on this. Get into your feelings on this instead. Because part of the reason why you're doing this is, I feel, because you don't believe things can be better. They have to get worse. If I don't control this, everything's going to come crumbling down. Then where am I going to be? Then where am I going to be? That's why you hold that tight control. But I don't feel it is that at all. The Page of Cups, I feel that there can be this lighter, more vibrant energy in your connections that is freer, that allows them to shift, allows them to change. That can be scary. It absolutely can. But with the Nine of Cups, it's not going to be bad. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. With experimentation, trying new things with different people. Simply allowing things to open up. It feels beautiful. There is a wonderful, wonderful prospect there. If you get involved with it, if you give it a chance to grow, to become what it can be, Virgo. I hope that makes sense for you. That is all 12 signs. I have time to pull cards for a couple of people. If you'd like me to pull cards for you, please pop a question in the live chat. I will see which of you I'm drawn to. Whilst I'm waiting for those to come in, please remember to like and share the video, everyone. Please remember to subscribe and enable notifications. If you'd like to connect with me, my details are just in the box below, and you can book me for a chart reading or a psychic reading. You can leave me a donation or anything else that I can help you on. I'm very available for events right now as well. If you'd like to book me for your event, please do so. Ladybug is asking, can I get a card prosperity or abundance, please? Let me get a sense of where you're at around this, Ladybug. Okay. You've been experiencing delays, Ladybug. Delays, and you're holding it together. You're holding steady. But I get the sense of you waiting for certain things to come in. Now, these could be payments. These could be confirmations of agreements, things coming for you. And I feel at the same time like you're having to do a lot of care and attention, gentle nurturing of people around you, encouragement, persuasion, things like this. King of Cups. And I feel this is the role that you're trying to play. And that can be a bit draining, a bit daunting, a bit frustrating. I feel it's going to shift for you. I feel it's going to shift for you, and you're going to start to get some much better news in terms of what you've been waiting on confirmation of, as well as payments. I have the sun showing up. So it is shifting, it is changing. This is a period of growth for you. You're developing those skills. They're going to serve you well, but you're also going to be rewarded in the very near future. I hope that makes sense for you. Hi, Neighborhood Arts. I don't tend to do mediumship on a live video, so I can bring you through a very brief message through the cards, but what I can't do on a live video is go really deep into bringing someone through. So this is for Neighborhood Arts. That's okay. It's okay. So I've got someone coming through on what feels like, I want to say, a brother frequency. And when I say brother, this could be a stepbrother, a brother-in-law, an uncle, but it's basically connected to you in that direction. So it's a brother frequency that I'm getting coming through. And seeing what they want to show me. Okay, so there were arguments in life, I feel. Maybe not dramatic, but you still kind of fear some stuff over this. I feel essentially an offer of peace more than anything else. I feel that things were not terribly bad between you most of the time, but there wasn't always that much trust established, and that's what's needing to kind of be let go of, because I feel like you've been distrusting other people since in relation to that. So with the 8 of Wands, I feel like there was a bit of control here. There was a bit of, I feel like you were kind of almost pulled along at times into doing whatever this person wanted, and it doesn't feel like it was wonderfully comfortable. With the Magician, I feel it damaged your trust. And this is about allowing that to heal. It's about allowing that to heal. It's about allowing what you're carrying from then to start to dissolve, because I feel like you've wound up subjugating yourself to various people at various times, and this wasn't an exception to it. And part of you rebuilding yourself and your self-confidence is accepting that at times in your life, some people, including those you were close to, this is a family member, did wrong by you, didn't always take your needs into account. And there's just a need to allow some of that to dissolve, because it's hardened you, it's made you close off at times to other people, it's made you a bit distrustful of people in general. There's a sorrow about that being caused within you, but more than anything, it feels like an offer of peace. I hope that makes sense for you. I don't go too deep, obviously, on a live around that, but that's the general picture. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all again really, really soon. Have a wonderful new moon in Libra. Please feel free to get in touch if there's anything I can do to help you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'll see you again really soon.